Hey everybody, Fight Night J back with another video, and in today's video, I'm breaking down and predicting UFC Fight Night Moicano versus Duncan. And boy howdy am I excited. We got some bangers, folks. Absolute bangers on this card. I'm excited. Let's just get right into it. Kai Kamaka versus Dakota Hope. Now this fight actually isn't awful. Uh, I think this is going to be an entertaining fight relative to what card it's on. Dakota Hope, a Muay Thai guy, and Kai Kamaka, a lot of experience fighting in other promotions and the UFC. It's interesting. Dakota Hope, like I said, he's a Muay Thai guy, but I watched some of his fights on the lower promotions, and his kicks are okay. His speed is not that impressive to me. I didn't think he's very fast for how small he is. These guys are big flyweights, small bantamweights, and they're fighting at lightweight. I understand that this was kind of a last minute thing, but compared to the rest of this card, this is actually pretty promising of a fight. But I'm taking Kai Kamaka here. I like the experience that he has over Dakota Hope. I like the speed advantage of Kai Kamaka over Dakota Hope. Yeah, I think Kai Kamaka takes this. I don't know the odds, but if Dakota Hope is the favorite here, maybe make some money and take Kai Kamaka. I'm not a betting man, so I'm not going to do it. But trusting old Fight Night J, I'm taking Kai Kamaka. Moving on to Dion Barbosa versus Melissa Gatto. A banger, folks. I'm excited. Those were tears of excitement and joy. Dion Barbosa, her best chance of winning this fight is stalling to a decision, holding Melissa Gatto up to the fence, grappling with her, taking her down, stalling, not doing much of anything. But I think Melissa Gatto doesn't allow that. I think she uses her length and her reach. I think she keeps her at the distance. Hopefully, we get a banger of a fight. She kind of pieces her up, uses her reach, keeps her on the outside. But I'm taking Melissa Gatto to decision. I think it's another decision here. Moving on. Azamat Bakayev versus Tresean Gore. I don't know how Tresean Gore is a UFC fighter at this point. He was on the Ultimate Fighter a couple years back. I didn't really even think he was a great prospect on the Ultimate Fighter. He's just slow. His striking's not that great. He has a pretty good reach. He doesn't really use it. I think Bakayev gets this fight, wins it however he really wants to win it. Best chance for Tresean Gore, kind of similar to Barbosa. I think his best chance is to get him up against the fence, stall it out for a boring decision. Hope that the judges give it to him. But I don't think that happens. I think Bakayev keeps off the fence, maybe even reverses it, takes him down, keeps it up on the feet. I think Bakayev gets it done however he wants. I'm taking Azamat Bakayev here. Moving on to Alice Pereira versus Haley Cohen. Haley Cohen is not UFC talent. Back-to-back fights with fighters I don't think should be in the UFC. But here we are. I think Alice Pereira keeps it standing. I think she keeps her on the outside, uses her reach advantage, and gets it done versus Haley Cohen. I'm not going to spend too much time on this fight here. Okay? Because UFC didn't spend too much fight putting these fights together. So, I'm going with my brain here and a little bit of my dick. I like the way Pereira looks a little bit better. But, yeah, I'm taking Pereira. I'm taking Pereira here. Moving on, Lando Venata versus Darius Flowers. It's a mirror match. They're the same exact guy. except Lando Venata is white and Darius is black. Okay? Same height, same reach, almost same record. The difference here, though, Lando Venata hasn't fought in a while. He's inconsistent when he's in the cage. He's inconsistent getting fights and getting into the cage. Darius Flowers is a little bit more active. It's a coin toss, really, but I think the rust works in Darius Flowers' favors, and I think he gets it done. Darius Flowers. Yeah. On to the next fight here. Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nickel. We're actually getting into some fights with some skills, folks. An actual banger. I'm not being sarcastic here. Hopefully a banger. Both these guys are coming off losses. Costa getting knocked out in his last fight. Nickel losing both of his fights in the UFC. I think both of these guys have something to prove. I think it'll be interesting to see who takes the center, who pushes who back. I'm taking Nickel. I like Nickel. Even in his losses, he looked good. I thought he was winning his first fight that he came into the UFC until he got caught. And even in the last fight, I didn't think he looked awful. Costa has gone against some good guys and looked decent, but I'm taking Stuart Nickel here. Actual good fight. Thanks, UFC, I guess. Finally. Moving on. Guilherme Pat versus Thomas Peterson. The big boys. Guys, I hate to say it, I think this is going to be a boring fight. I really do. I think Guilherme Pat keeps it up on the feet for like a minute, 2 minutes, and then I think Thomas Peterson literally gets his ass against the cage and grinds him out, takes him down to the canvas, grinds him out, doesn't really do much. I think this is going to be a boring decision. In theory, he's 6'6", 81-inch reach, but these UFC fighters don't know how, especially heavyweights, don't know how to use their height and reach. I don't think that he keeps them on the outside and wins. If he does, I'm going to eat some crow. I'll be wrong. Prove me wrong. I want it to be a good fight. I want to see him absolutely annihilate Thomas Peterson in a stand-up fight. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Thomas Peterson's going to grind him out to an ugly, raunchy decision. Aren't you guys excited like I am? Moving on to the main card. Jose Delano versus Robert Ruchala. Actual good fight here. Not being sarcastic, not joking. It's an interesting fight. I've been thinking about this fight a lot. I'm going Robert Ruchala, okay? I'm going Robert Ruchala. I know Jose Delano, he's impressive. He really is. He has good stand-up. He has good takedown defense. I just like Robert Ruchala's toughness, dude. He's a dog. And I like his pressure. I think Ruchala takes Delano into the deep waters, and I think he wins. I hope it's a finish. But if I had to bet, I would take Robert Ruchala decision. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of decisions on this card, unfortunately. But I think it's going to be a good decision. I think it'll be entertaining. Way more entertaining than the rest of these decisions that are incoming. But yeah, we're moving on to Tommy McMillan. Sean O'Malley 2.0 versus Manolano Zaccini. Hope I'm saying that right. I don't know why he's getting compared to Sean O'Malley. Maybe it's because he fights in the same gym. I don't really see it in the stand-up anyway. Tommy McMillan's stand-up, I don't like his defense. He's not really impressive anywhere on the feet. Where I'm impressed with him is his wrestling. I think he out-wrestles Manolo Zaccini, and I think when he's not out-wrestling him, I think he does keep him on the feet, use his distance. Hopefully he's working on using his distance and not getting hit with so many shots, because if Zaccini does hit him with a shot, he is powerful and he could rock him, and he could get a TKO, which I would be all for because I want to see some finishes. But I'm taking Tommy McMillan in this fight. Moving on, Ethan Ewing versus Rafael Estevam. Ethan Ewing had a good fight last fight. Impressive win over a prospect that was highly touted. It was a decision that he won, but it was very impressive. I was impressed by his wrestling defense and his stand-up and just his pressure, honestly. But I'm taking Rafael. I know. I think Rafael wins. I think he outdoes him on the feet. I think he pushes him up against the cage. I think he takes him down. I just really like Rafael's pressure. I like his toughness. Yeah. Moving on to Abdul Rahman Yakayev versus Brenson Ribeiro. Just a mismatch in my opinion. I think Abdul fucks him up. I'm going to be real honest here. I do like Ribeiro's power. I think that's the only way he wins the fight. Maybe he catches Abdul. But I don't think he does. I think that Abdul finishes him. I will say, I think there is actually a finish here. I think he beats him up, pressures him so much that he folds. TKO for Abdul Rahman Yakayev. Please let there be a finish on this card, please. Moving on to this is a co-main event. Verna Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ritchie. Rob Schneider, as I like to call her, versus Tabitha Ritchie. I'm not a big fan of Tabitha Ritchie. She does a lot of the thing that women fighters do while being like 3 feet from actually hitting her opponent. Not much skill, honestly. And like it or not, Verna actually is kind of skilled. Not the most skilled, but for a woman, I think she's pretty skilled. Has a lot of experience, has good fights with high caliber opponents. And Ritchie, I like the way she looks. She's definitely hotter, but usually that doesn't win in female fighting. So I'm taking Verna Jandiroba in an absolute war. Banger, folks. I'm so excited for this card. And then finally, Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. An actual fight on this fight night card. Skillful fight. So this makes like 3 or 4 actual fights that we get to witness. Thank God that it's on Paramount. I think Renato is more experienced for sure. I think he has higher caliber fights, higher caliber opponents. I'm taking Chris Duncan here. Moicano's getting up there in age. Moicano doesn't have the greatest defense, and I like Chris Duncan, man. I do. I like the dog that I've seen out of Chris Duncan, man. He's not the greatest defensive either. Defensively, I should say, he's not the greatest. But I think he outworks Moicano. I really do. I think he outworks him. I think he surprises him with his grappling. Moicano is a good grappler, but I think he gets some reverses. I think that mostly this is going to be on the feet, and I think Chris Duncan is going to bloody Moicano into a TKO. I'll say 4th round TKO for Chris Duncan. If I was picking, I'm picking Chris Duncan. That's my bet. I don't know the odds, but that's what I'm going with. And that's UFC Fight Night, Moicano versus Duncan, folks. I'm ready. Are you guys? Leave a comment if you guys are ready for this exciting-ass Fight Night card. One more week. One more week and we get that beautiful card. But yeah, those are my picks. Fight Night J here. If you stayed this far in the video, thank you. I really appreciate it. Like and comment. Subscribe. I'm going to have a mic here soon, guys. An actual mic. I bought this thing, and I didn't realize I needed a cord to plug into it and some kind of little audio device. I bought it all. It's coming tomorrow. Production's going up in my videos. I'm going to be cranking these videos out. Yeah, hopefully entertaining you guys, because these Fight Night cards, they're not really entertaining anybody. But hopefully I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, UFC. Please. I want there to be bangers. This is what I live for. Okay? I like other sports. This is the sport. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you for watching. Fight Night J. Like and subscribe. See ya.